few years ago, going to space was something only governments could do. NASA, Roscosmos, big national space agencies, but now that is changing fast. Private companies are no longer just helping space travel. They are starting to lead it. So the real question is, what happens when space stops being controlled by governments and starts being controlled by businesses? Space travel used to be a symbol of national power and competition. But today, companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are launching rockets, sending astronauts, and even planning missions to the Moon and Mars. And this shift is happening faster than most people realize. We are entering a new era, where space is becoming a business. For decades, space exploration was extremely expensive. Governments funded everything because no private company could afford it. But things changed when entrepreneurs realized something important. If you can reduce the cost of launching rockets, space becomes profitable. Companies like SpaceX changed the game by reusing rockets instead of throwing them away. That one idea drastically reduced costs and made frequent launches possible. Now, space is no longer a one mission every few years situation. It's becoming routine. This is where things get interesting. When governments control space, the goal is usually research, safety, or national pride. But when companies control space, the goal is different. Efficiency, profit, and speed. That brings advantages. Faster innovation, cheaper missions, more frequent launches, new technology development. But it also raises questions. Who controls space traffic? Who owns resources from other planets? What happens if competition becomes too aggressive? Because space is no longer just exploration. It is becoming infrastructure. Right now, we are seeing a modern space race, not between countries, but between companies. Blue Origin is focusing on long-term human presence in space. SpaceX is pushing rapid expansion, satellite networks, and Mars colonization goals, and other companies and nations are racing to keep up. Satellites are already being deployed in massive numbers for internet coverage, communication, and even military use. So space is no longer far away. It is becoming part of daily life on Earth. But there is one big concern. If private companies dominate space, then space decisions may not be made for humanity. They may be made for profit. That raises questions about fairness, access, and control. Who sets the rules in space? And more importantly, who enforces them? We are watching something historic unfold in real time. Space travel is no longer just a government mission. It is becoming a global industry. And whether that leads to innovation or control by a few powerful companies is something the world has not fully decided yet. One thing is clear. Space is no longer the final frontier. It is becoming the next marketplace. Subscribe to Unspoken Curriculum.